Beautiful and lovely Tuesday morning, the 26th day in the month of August 2025. Hope you had a rest right here on this frequency 98.3 FM, known as the just designed for you to make your morning a better one. So while you're preparing for the daily activity, we have lined up a couple while you're preparing, so you can definitely lay on our shoulders and news stories from our dailies, and of course the issues that have found themselves on the front pages of our papers this morning. So you're welcome on board, and at this time it is tagged trends in the papers, and how it is called Trends in the Papers. We'll look into the trending issues in our dailies this morning. We'll go through several newspapers, the Punch, the Guardian, the Vanguard newspaper, to see what's going on in the belly of these newspapers, to keep you updated and of course up to speed as regards several avenue for you to be part of the conversation. So whichever that is convenient for you to join the conversation, you can. We'll always, as much as the conversation, be it joining us live on either Facebook or YouTube at Miller 98.3 FM. So you can just navigate your way through to Facebook or to YouTube at Miller 98.3 FM or Radio Garden. You download Radio Garden app, www.melanfm.com, and you get to listen as well. So we're streaming live presently, so join us live on Facebook and YouTube. All right, so as always, we'll not just bring the stories on board, we'll definitely holistically look at them, giving analyses and other side right over the phone. We'll be giving the analyses or analyzing the stories, and also giving several angles to that. Good morning, Said Fuad. Good to have you this morning. Hello, Said Fuad. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good morning, Lady Mo. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Good morning. Hope you had a restful night.
Yeah, it was. It was a restful night. Good.
Okay, that's what we want for you. Most especially a session of massage from a masseuse or something. Really.
I'll consider that. No problem. I'll look into it.
Nigerian stress. From here, without further ado, we have talking less of ourselves again, because the federal government is warning and giving put out a warning that we'll be having 9 states and 15 communities across the northern region to the 29th of August. And the warning center and was signed by the director of the erosion, flood, and likely to be affected. We have Adamawa State, then we have communities in Adamawa State that could be affected. So have Zamfara State, and on Saturday the department predicted possible flooding between August 23 and 24, especially from Jeba to Lokoja, to definitely evacuate prediction and warning, so to say, especially for those that live in flood-prone areas. Just for reiteration purpose, side for it, I don't know if you have, so much do we need to also
for those states that have been mentioned. I just hope that I'm sure that most of the states have their emergency response unit, what you call at the federal level NEMA. I'm sure. I'm also hoping that community liaison, because again, you might have community members who don't even listen to the news. It's nice that the Ministry of Environment, the departments in charge of early flood warning, are going to, of course, rise the water level. The water level rises to a particular level, it overflows into communities, and that's where the problem I think we should begin to pay attention to. The dams across the country, because the Lado Dam in Cameroon is always on my mind because of the devastating effect that the government at the state level should help to coordinate. For people who live in lowland, that's why most of these governors also have access to what is called, so we only beg the state governors to activate the emergency response team to begin to look at coordinated effort to save Nigerians who will be impacted by this thing. The rains are going to come, the flood will come.
Away from that, the voter registration is ongoing, and I've participated so far, especially in the first 1 week. of registration. And so Nigerians had completed their online pre-registration process in the first week of the continuous voter from August 18 to 24, 2025. And this was media. And they gave updates on the states that are emerging as having the highest voting, an impressive of 393,269 registrants, which states also coming afterwards with a strong turnout of 132. Lagos has 222, have Oyo State coming afterward, Kaduna, also Kogi, just and Kwara registrants. In the South region, Delta Country, Bayelsa, respectively, and 26. In the Northeast, also showed strong involvement in Adamawa following Gombe, following Taraba, following and front line, joined by Trust State, also saw significant participation with Niger, Nasarawa, Plateau, and all of that. And Chairman Information and Voter Education Committee, that's Sam Olumeko, saying that 2026. Meanwhile, the commission commenced the physical phase of the CVR on Monday across the country. So for those that have started their online registration, that they need to complete their registration physically at INEC centers where their biometrics or damaged voter cards, for those that have lost their cards or damaged voter cards, are also allowed to in the 774 local government area franchise rights. So
UVCs. It's just very important that we sensitize Nigerians on the need to be a part of the electoral process, not automatically mean people are going to come out to vote.
Yeah, it starts from there.
Was it not close to 70 million people? The majority of the of people registered to vote did not even participate in VC as a means of ID card, a means of a valid ID card. That can help.
Last maybe 4 or 5 elections.
Are you talking about the
2023
by-elections?
No. I'm talking about general election in 2020.
We were shocked that despite the huge... I'll give you a very practical example and you understand what I'm saying.
States, we have...
Yes, which is the highest in one vote. That is, if you add it to people who are already 500,000, all put together, they're looking at the figures. You'll be wondering, where are the people? Because if in just 1 week, people in Osun, we are getting that over 300,000. I'm telling you, by the time they begin to put the figures together, you'll be seeing that you are talking about justice and not just mere leaders who will be committed to nation building. And then on the side of the followership of playing football, participating in the process in itself is the reason why you did not do that. So let's hope that INEC will continue this voter registration, make it more seamless for the people. Again, thank God that at least close to 2 years before the elections, INEC has started the voter registration. Nigerians should go out there. If you don't have your P27, you should also be, and let's also encourage our people to go out there and register to vote, and then vote on election.
Election day goes beyond just getting your PVC.
Eventually, going to say, well, I get 2,000, 3,000, and
just choose wherever I want to vote for.
The way these guys do it, actually getting the money, there's somebody close to the polling unit who is probably their own agent, who is monitoring the way. So if you collect enough to say, no, it's even an insult that you're even bringing monies to me. This is not a transactional to vote. An election, they come out and cast your vote for your preferred candidate.
Thank you very much. Sorry. That very story on page 3, to be precise, in the Punch newspaper. Still trends on the papers on Mail and 98.3 FM. Perusing the pages of our dailies this morning. The power grid is still defying the effort to ramp up the electricity supply, as the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission transferred the regulatory market in Bayelsa State to the ME. Power generation has refused to show any appreciable increase. Still the same regulatory authority to Bayelsa in compliance with the amended Electricity Distribution Company PLC to incorporate a subsidiary distribution company, the state, and the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution. And the PHED was also directed to complete the should apply for and obtain a license for the intrastate supply and distribution of the electricity from the Bayelsa Electricity Regulatory Authority, among other directives. And it also concluded that all transfers, if it's joined states like Lagos, Imo, Ogun, Ondo, Ekiti, Enugu, Niger, Edo, Oyo, and Plateau, which have the power to regulate electricity within the value chain. But however, it was observed that promises of power stability have yet to come, to friction. Side forward, what's your take on 24, not 2025, 2024? But this was not,
consistently in Nigeria, what we have seen is that, look, there's a lot of say without any real commitment to do it. that has not promised Nigerians stable electricity supply. There's none. We will do all our best and ensure that, look, there's stable power. And so I'm not surprised that there's something that's become it's difficult to achieve.
That's
generation.
Yes.
We are still not talking about, and I say that again, that in the entire, that should be scrapped immediately in the distribution end and regulation, and that you have a situation where NET already has its own regulatory body. It's called the State Electricity Regulatory Bureau. Imo State has Imo State Electricity Regulatory Commission, Electricity Regulatory Commission. Kogi State has Kogi State Electricity Regulatory Commission. Lagos has Lagos State Electricity Regulatory Commission. Ogun State, I don't know about billing, about performance of your distribution companies. Don't take your complaints to NET again. Take it to the state. Babajide Olúṣọlá Sanwó-Olú inaugurated the Lagos State Electricity Commission, the board. It was inaugurated. It was without any commitment to doing anything. The man that has been mentioned, that is his name, as published by NEC. We have the email of this person. Do you know the person that is supposed to take complaints and attend to complaints of people now that they are
another number.
So why did they publish this one? The shocking thing, the emails Fanima Shawu at LA. You see, so organization of committees, and at the end of the day, if your email is not going, the domain name is back. So you see that the people are just being deceived.
Wow.
But that you see, it is not about the big things. There are little things you pay attention to that gives you the edge. It was not as if Fashola built more rules than somebody or has built more rules than Sanwo-Olu. But the fact that he was able to pay attention to little were published. Their email addresses were published. If you send email to them, they must respond. All of the numbers and phone numbers that is published, go and try it. I've just given the less of doing that we have in our system. They say no being registered. They say the domain doesn't.
Customers in the.
So if anybody is still waiting for power supply, for stability in power sector, but I'm saying that all through yesterday, the number was non-existent. They are existent, and that's the man that is supposed to head a commission that is supposed.
Because I wanted to hold you responsible too.
No big deal.
I have that reported also in the Punch newspaper. Away from that, quickly, also with the away from that, still the business page of the Punch, we haven't reported here that 13% they reduced their domestic debt burden by about 610.84 billion fund. And so analysis is figures for the second quarter of 2025 have not yet been published. But in June 2023, the combined domestic debt of the 9 national debts by 5.82 trillion naira. And by March, this percent of the Nigerian's total state's level debt of 3.87 trillion naira. So Delta State, traditionally one of the largest recipients of this derivation, cut its domestic debts from 465. That happened in March 2025 this year, which declined the put at 55% decline. Akwa Ibom also reduced its loan by more than 4%. And also Imo reduced their debt also from 220 to 122. We have Edo, Anambra, Abia, and Ondo also bucked the trend as the only oil-producing state to record an increase this year. That's an expansion of more than 60%. And we have about the debt repayments also. The revenue picture from the state budget's implementing reports states generated a combine of 1.39 trillion naira as IGR between the third quarter of 2023 and the first half of 2023.
Breakdown of the financial standing, the government, more inflow. They have a 13% there. What the story is saying is that has reduced their local debt, huge debt obligations. They are still borrowing. They're stronger borrowing. But what it means is that, look, they are not borrowing as they used to borrow. But borrowing or not borrowing, the reality we should ask ourselves is, with everything that global leaders of the state been able to judiciously use those funds to improve the living standards of the people. If you open your phone lines now for Niger Delta people, it's going to top the list of callers who will begin to say that, look, from 1999 today, they've had back to back consistently failed. You go into Delta State, there's no visible change, no visible development. despite being one of the oil
producing states.
Yes, semblance of development, but in reality, by the time you look at what comes into the state and what you have on ground, you see the big disparity that look. We have a reformed electoral system that's able to put people.
Well, thank you, Said, for that. A bigger headline from the Punch is revealing a story from the political space, which is that of an update from an opposition party. They had their NEC meeting yesterday, like they promised during the Southern Summit they had last week. And so the PDP had their...
I'm with you, I can hear you.
Okay. So the resolution was that several candidates from the South bringing on board, and the party's NEC also upheld the current National Working Committee zoning formula for the November elective convention in Ibadan. Labour Party's presidential candidates Peter Obi reflect before the site, and also across board. Let me pitch you down with Tinubu. So in a move that could, prove down their, that produced the incumbent. So the party also retained its national chairmanship, like I mentioned earlier, in the North, in what leaders describe as a strategy, according to what they describe it, to strengthen internal at the end of the NEC meeting yesterday in Abuja, confirming Ilya in November 15 and 16 in Ibadan. And according to the communique that was issued by the National Publicity Secretary Yᴏᴜᴛᴜ, zoning the presidency to the South. Let me just go through the riders so you can react to the Oats Convention, November 15 in Ibadan. Promoters of South PDP tickets running proxy campaign for Tinubu. PDP governors from party discipline, and APC tackles PDP governors over poor performance, defending Tinubu's. You've been I don't know, your take about their meetings are coming together here and there almost every day and all of that. You don't.
Maybe you didn't listen to us on Sunday. I think with no destination, just going around and around and around and around, and that's the fact, really. Because again, you have the PDP and the NEC, doing what they were not able to do in 2023 before the 2023 elections. Now having, the 2 years before the election. So what they've now done is to zone the presidents that they have. So the chairmanship of the party remains in the North, the way it is currently in November. Because my mind tells me that before the week runs out, Yᴏᴜᴛ will have a media party that says, he told them he doesn't know there's any. They are doing their own thing. Yᴏᴜᴜᴛ and his group and his loyalists in the party too will be doing their questioning of these things that they are doing, because again, the question is, this zoning. Because what he's saying is that, look, once you zone the tickets of your party, what you have done is that you shut other, that even if you have zoning in mind, let everybody go to the field. On the day of convention, let the party zone by members of the party actually for zoning. They should be allowed to do the allowing delegates to vote for a candidate that has come from their preferred. It might be valid, it might be invalid. But I think that there's a lot to begin to think about when it comes to the fairness and justice. That's why we are doing zoning. But do you know that example? Before Seyi Makinde became governor of Oyo State, who was the governor? Knowing that an Ibadan man had just completed 8 years. Why did he say, in the sake of equity, fairness and justice, let's people to the ambition of Atiku? I will bury 8 years. Then another now is doing 8 years. The same people that are arguing about equity, fairness and justice, they are kinsmen to run in 2027. In Benue State, which other to fairness and justice to justify this kind of thing? Don't be deceived. It is only when the PDP wants to zone to the South, is zone to the South. Who are the possible candidates? Let's even do a quick analysis of their strengths, weaknesses. It's one of the leaders of the party. He could well get the ticket of the party. Candidate to the northern, to the north. Considering that even if the conversation around Bulo Jonathan, the person that sat down with you to zone, and that's why some people are already speculating that all this idea of the PDP to zone the ticket to the South is not to, or to eventually just fuel a candidate who at the time may even step down for the president. And that's why people are, if you understand what I'm saying, when it comes to Nigerian politics, I have told you my own, and I eventually be wrong. But I'm still believing that it is the APCO that will choose the candidate for the PDP in 2020.
Aside, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace, Festus Keyamo, had signed the bilateral air service agreement, part of what he had gone out to South American country, led by the delegation, both head of state, signing an agreement, BASA agreement.
What the president went out to do with the TCAD summit in Japan to allow for direct flights.
Direct flights, yes.
Between Nigeria and Brazil, between the two nations and what have you. So, the question on these foreign trips. But what we are saying is that, look, when the president is going to go out, there's the food disclosure in the country. They said he was going to stop by in Dubai. We didn't know what he went there to do. We just need like the president stop by when the president was also.
Saifu, I don't. Why?
That's the way it works.
Why?
It was fun. Public fun. It's not his fun.
Yeah. Right, page 29 captures that from the Punch. External reserves projected to hit $45 billion by year end, so, and reflecting the economy. Page 21 captures that in the Punch as well. Despite federal government's honors, that's all we have on the front page. Thank you very much, Saifa, for your time. We'll be back for Mail and Focus. God bless you too.